Deep in the coastal plains of Southern California, there exists a snake species that many only see as a red blur. So today, we're going to try to capture this species, a species known as the red coachwhip. As you can see, we're in a field right now, and one thing that red coachwhips really like is lots and lots of open space. The vegetation here isn't super dense, the grass here isn't very tall, the perfect space for a fast-moving snake to search around for prey. So we're gonna go walk around this field and hopefully we'll come across one. A good indicator of red coachwhip habitat can be found in the plants. Short grass that isn't too dense is perfect, as well as shrubs and bushes that are spaced out. Today's temperatures were in the low 70s, which is when these snakes will start being active. I walked around the field, hoping to spot one. These snakes are diurnal and love heat, so be sure to try catching them in the evening or morning. Not that you couldn't catch them midday, but they might be warmed up and much harder to catch. Plus, it could be a little hot for hiking. Staying on the trail is actually a good move to spot one. A lot of creatures stay near the line between the vegetation and bare ground of the trail. So this right here would be an excellent area to spot a coachwhip. Lots of lizards around this, the edge of this open space right here. Brush is over there, so if the coachwhip feels like they're in danger, they can just slid it right into there. Yeah. So something to keep in mind is that if you do spot a coachwhip, do not run at them. That will very likely scare them off. Instead, you just want to keep walking at the pace that you were going before you spotted the snake. And a lot of times if you do that, they'll think you're just like, a large herbivore that's just passing through. Because they're used to things like deer and whatnot, walking towards them and then just walking by. So if you don't run at them, you just keep walking at them, they're probably going to stay still, pretend to be like a stick, or simply just, wait for you to pass by. So if we do see a coachwhip, right now I'm walking not very fast. We'll just continue walking at this pace. You might see these coachwhips poking their heads out near the edge of the trail, so be on the lookout for that. Oh yeah, and look up every so often. These snakes are avid climbers and will scale up trees. Be sure to look for snake tracks if the trails can show it. Sometimes, if you get there early enough, you'll be able to find the snake. So we can see right here, the sand was pushed this way, so that means the snake was going this way. So, because when they're slithering like this, they're often pushing against the sand. So, if whichever way the sand is pushed, like for example along right here, that means the snake is going this way. If it feels like this, sand is being pushed this way. There you go. That means the snake would be going that way. So, always pay attention to which way the sand is pushed. Now today's weather was a bit cloudy and cool, and red coachwhips will often rest under debris to keep warm under these conditions. So I decided to try flipping over some objects, and this is what happened. Might be underneath a cover like this, trying to soak in the heat. Okay, nope, nothing underneath there. Let's see. Oh my, there we go. Got one. Oh, wow. Cool. So this right here is the red coachwhip. And now that we have this snake in hand, we can go ahead and take a closer look and see what makes this snake so perfectly adapted for their niche. We see, if we take a look at the front of their face, they have huge, mostly forward-facing eyes, so that gives them good binocular vision and depth perception. Allows them to really hone in on whatever that they're chasing. And we can see that they have this slender body, perfectly built for moving across the ground at high speeds. And as you can see, they are also fairly long. This one's about 4 feet long, so not a huge one, but definitely an adult. And they can get larger than this, well over 5 feet. But yeah, and I think it's pretty obvious why they're called red, because they have this red color. Have a nice whitish pink belly, and it's this black head and neck area, which is very common for the snakes here in Southern California. Also, if you didn't know, they're called coachwhip because their tail scales have a braided look to them, like the end of a horsewhip. Just a little fun fact for you. All right, now something else we can demonstrate. Check out the speed this snake will have. Right, ready? Snake is probably gonna go super fast. Or not. Yeah, see, check that out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these snakes can really haul the rear end if they need to. That speed is used to chase down other lizards, rodents, really anything small enough on the ground that they want to eat. Yeah, super cool animals. Not a lot of snakes quite like them, These red coachwhips have evolved to become pursuit predators instead of like sitting and waiting in ambush. And it's cool because even though that they don't have any legs, so it's honestly harder for them to become a pursuit predator, but they make it work. So check out those forward-facing eyes. That one's looking directly at the camera. Look at that. Yeah, super cool. Well, I think we've held on to the snake for long enough. Be sure to minimize any stress you put on the animal. No rough handling, be gentle. Well, time to let the snake go. It was very fun working with this animal. Yep, there you go. Slide back underneath to where I found you. Cool. Let's look at that. Oh yeah, actually wait, hold on. The thing about coachwhips is that they have a very, very long tail. So, there you go. So this is their cloacal area. That's basically where they breed and poop and piss out of. So that's their hole. But from there, that's where their tail begins. So you see, this tail is very long. It's probably well over let's see, probably way over 8 inches long. So they have very long tails. Yep. They've gone back underneath their board, and we could probably head home now. But yeah, very cool animal. Loved working with that creature. So yeah, today's trip was successful, and I hope you learned something about these cool snakes and how to spot them in the wild. So see you all in the next one. Bye.